Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, about a week ago, I shared with you these cute little artist trading coins that I created, and I indicated that I had an idea of how I wanted to use them. So that's the project that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Tim Holtz has a die set that was just released recently, and it's a Thinlit that has slots for pockets. And it's perfect to put your little tickets, ephemera, and of course his little ATC coins. Now I ended up using this new die set to create a tag. I had some chipboard that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I have an abundance of it, so I want to share with you where I actually got it and how I'm using it. And it's perfect for the backing of a tag, and then I simply added this Thinlit pocket die over it so I can add all of my little ephemera pieces. And then I added a metal element that you can either tuck into the slot or just use it to hold your tag. And of course, you're going to be seeing this fun little tag in some of my passport books. I think the addition of this tag on some of the pages is going to be great because, of course, my passport books hold lots of ephemera, and this little pocket tag is perfect for that. Now, if you follow me, you know that I live in Prescott, Arizona, and they have lots of thrift stores. And I'm constantly sharing with you some of my great finds. And this is my most recent find. These mat boards are what you would typically find in a studio where you would mat some of your pictures. And essentially, these are colored cardboards or boards that you would use for some of your backings. So I took some of my Biggs die cuts and I went ahead and I cut through some of these, and they make perfect embellishments. So I think you probably will be seeing some projects in the upcoming videos using some of these boards because they are great backings, and I have several of them. So the idea today was to go ahead and to use some of this thick board to cut a tag, and then to cover it with some designer paper, and of course add this fun little pocket. Now this die comes with two dies in the set, and it has the pocket die that has all the slits, and then it also has a little die for a tag. So I'm going to share with you a couple of projects where I used the tag, and then one where I actually used a metal band for my sentiment. So let's go ahead and get started with the project. So like I do with most of my projects where I have die cuts, I went ahead and cut those off screen. And many of us that have been crafting know how to cut a die cut, so I don't spend the time showing you that on the video. Essentially, I just used my Big Shot, and then I ran my dies through using some of my designer paper. And then to adhere my designer paper onto my tag, I'm using PPA, which is perfect paper adhesive, and it's kind of like a Mod Podge. I think any glue probably would work, but I like glue rather than using adhesive because the glue has some wiggle room, and it enables me to actually move my designer paper around to get it lined up exactly the way I need it. And I did this on both sides. Now, because my chipboard actually was colorful, I probably didn't have to add any designer paper to the front, but I did want to have a design. I didn't want it to just be solid. But of course, you could use some of these chipboards without designer paper. And then, of course, you're going to want to add designer paper to the back because it does have some of those marks from its previous life. So once I had my designer paper added to my tag, I went ahead and I added some of this red line adhesive to my die with the slots. And this is your pocket die. Now I wanted to use red line because whenever I have a project where I have things going in and out of pockets, you're going to have more strain on the sides of your die. So I want to use red line so that way I know that it's not going to come up when I'm adding and taking out some of my embellishments. This red line adhesive comes in many sizes, and I'm using the one that's the most thinnest. And when I'm using this, I usually will use my straight blade to remove the top part of the adhesive because it is small, and just because it is really sticky, sometimes it's hard to get your nail underneath the top portion of that red line tape. So once I had all of my die cuts adhered, I did take my Vintage Photo Distress ink and I edged up the edge of my tag. Of course, I wanted to distress it and make it look a little bit old, and the color that I'm using is Vintage Photo. Walnut stain is another good one that works on your edges, and ground espresso I think probably would work just as well. But any of those brown hues I think would work great to add edging or distress to the sides of your tag. Now in my first example I shared with you where I actually added a word band to my tag. But on this example I wanted to show you how I use the actual tag that came with the die set. Now the sentiment that I'm stepping on here is called Memories. And the tag is a little bit smaller than some of the other tags that I've used on some of my Tim Holtz projects. So I had to find a sentiment that would fit perfectly inside that tag. If you do have some of the other tags from Tim Holtz on some of his other stamp sets, a little bigger tag would work definitely on this project, but I am just sharing with you the dies that I got in this set. So once I added my tag for my sentiment, it was time to add some of my embellishments. And this is the part that I really love. I love finding all of my little ephemera and my little add-ons to add to my projects. And with all these little slots, there was lots of opportunities to dig through my stash and see what I could add. Now, my first project that I shared with you, I showed that I added my artist trading coin to the slot, and that's that little round disc. But I didn't necessarily want to add the same type of embellishments to my second tag. So I dug through my embellishment drawer and I found these cute little milk caps that I had. And they're about the same size as my artist trading coins, so it was perfect to add into the slot. And then I pulled out some of my tickets and some of my word tags to add those as well. Now, one of the things that I love about making these tickets is I get to use some of my colored cardstock. And these tickets look great on colored cardstock. When I initially first started creating some of my tickets, I was going with the brown hues. And then I brought out some of my colored paper. And these tags stamped on colored cardstock just really pop. Especially when you add some distress ink to the edges of them. They look really fun and they are perfect additions to my tag. And then I added my metal element to the inside of that hole on the top of the tag. And it's a clasp, and then I added just a little metal element band that has some print on it. The little metal circles were perfect because not only did they add as an additional embellishment, but they were perfect size to slip into the pocket. So you can either have it inside your pocket slit or you can just have it loose. Now, these little tags were so fun to create, I decided to also put together a couple of kits. For my passport books, I had such a huge response to the kits. I decided on some of these projects, I am going to start putting some kits together for you. I'm not going to have a lot of them. I'll probably only have about 4 or 5 of them out there. And it's just an opportunity to use up some of my extra embellishments and give you an opportunity to create some of these fun projects. So I'll leave a link to the Etsy shop that has these kits. And in the kit, you're going to get enough product to create 2 of these tags. And then, of course, you'll be able to refer back to the video on how to create them. So as always, I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create these tags, along with the links to the stores. If you've enjoyed the video, I would sure appreciate a thumbs up. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this project and about some of the kits that I'm putting together. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out. And be sure to click on the little bell because that will notify you when I have a new video that has just been published. All right, everybody, I hope that you've enjoyed my project today, and we'll see you again next time.